Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a video packed full of rumors, updates, news, leaks. We have it all. 2026 is here, right? And it's like, how is this year going to go for Nintendo? Well, if this video is any indication, this is going to be an incredible year. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. I can't remember who said it. I want to say it was Abraham Lincoln probably. But he was like, Nintendo is definitely for sure going to have a really cool year in 2026. Or something like that. I could be paraphrasing. And it just seems like that's going to be the case. This video, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, like 500 updates. I had to cut off some stuff, man. This video is going to be packed full of stuff. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter so we can keep our amazing communities growing. And let's go ahead and get right into this one. So first, let's get a couple of the quicker updates out of the way. And it's not like these are small updates, but today we have Dragon Quest VII Reimagined demo out on pretty much every console, I believe. And this game looks so damn good. And for me, I love RPGs and JRPGs, but it's like, where do I find the time to play this stuff? I'm currently playing through Chrono Trigger right now for the first time ever. I'm like 18 hours in. I think I'm actually kind of lost, but Dragon Quest VII Reimagined is one of my most anticipated games in recent memory. So I'll definitely be picking this up in February. I don't know if I'll check out the demo, but man, I'm so happy Square Enix is doing so many of these demos lately. And then something you guys probably don't care about, but at the same time, I just want to talk about it. I like playing Fortnite, and South Park is my favorite animated show of all time. And I covered a leak like 2 months ago, and some of you guys probably remember, about South Park coming to Fortnite. And a lot of people who cared were like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. Well, we know that this is officially confirmed now, coming on January 9th. I've seen a couple mock-ups of like the characters in mech suits. I don't know if that's official or not. But yeah, South Park is coming to Fortnite, and that sounds so freaking crazy to say. And a game that is coming out, I think, soon. I don't know if we have a release date, but definitely in the next couple months, is Mario Tennis Fever. Now, they showed this game off back in September, but then since then, it's been silence. Now, I know we had a lot of stuff going on, and it was the holidays, but sports games, especially the ones recently from Nintendo, I feel like we need to know more about them. The whole Switch generation, in my opinion, just my opinion, I think they were extremely lackluster. I play Mario Strikers on the GameCube all the time. The one on the Switch, it's boring. I wish I would bring Mario Baseball back. I play Mario Tennis on N64 all the time. Although I didn't think the one on the Switch was bad, but we need something different. We need just a whole revamp, honestly. So Nintendo finally updated us on Mario Tennis Fever, and there is 38 characters, which is awesome. I wonder if there's more we'll unlock. Tournament, trial towers, mix it up with wonder effects. That is freaking awesome. And also adventure modes. So this is really cool. I think this is the first game ever that there is baby Waluigi as well. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, I just think there's going to be something special here. And I'm actually pretty excited for this one now. So we kind of ran through those updates because we have so many more going on in this video. It's kind of crazy. I took a couple days off from making videos, and I'll tell you why actually. I know you guys probably don't care about this, right? But I like being transparent with you. Our channel's doing a little bit better now, and we're getting sponsorships, and that's really cool because that's the goal, right? And I like to accept sponsorships that make sense for my audience. Like I have one with this company called Rush Buy, and we're going to be doing them for the next couple months, where you can buy gaming gift cards super cheap, like in-game currency super cheap, stuff that you'll actually use. And this video isn't sponsored by them, but I'm just trying to make a point of sponsorships that I'll accept. But I got an offer from a company, and the pay was good. It was like $500 for 2 videos. But I'm not a real fan of this company, but I thought I could use the money, I have kids, life is expensive, it is what it is. I don't know if I should say the company, but I will say what it rhymes with. It rhymes with Bade, Bado, Bedgens. Yeah, if you can decipher that. Not only did they want to do an integrated 60-70 second ad in the video, they wanted me to do a dedicated video playing this mobile game. And the more I thought about it, I thought, this is stupid, man. This just feels wrong. I don't care about this game at all. It's not something I'm going to play. It's not something I even want you guys to play. So I had this back and forth with them for 2 days, And it was truly like eating at my conscience. Even though I signed a contract and I was in the process of making the ads, I went back and told them, yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on all this, man. And they kept trying to entice me with different offers and stuff, but I told them, I just don't really care about your company. So I know this was like a 2-minute rant of why I didn't make videos for the past couple of days, but that's why. Because I was dealing with this damn company, and then I thought, I just don't want to talk about this shit, especially with my audience. I don't want you guys to go play these dumbass games. Unless you like playing them, that's cool. But so that's why there's no video for a couple of days, and that's why we have so much news to cover. I mean, it is what it is, and it sucks to losing money, but if you could consider becoming a channel member, that would really help out. Now let's go ahead and get back into all this crazy news. I seen there were some trademarks filed a few days ago for 2 Nintendo games, and the way trademarks normally work is they are in like 10-year cycles. For instance, Breath of the Wild came out in 2017. Maybe the trademark was filed in 2016. So either this year or next year, Nintendo will like refile those trademarks, right? It doesn't mean a new game is coming, but sometimes there's like language in the trademarks that will say like refiled, or another word, or new, or in progress, or pending, or something like that. And then it's like, well, what's going on there? There is 2 new trademarks. One for Mario Tennis Ultra Smash, which weird that we have a tennis game coming out this year, so I don't know how that would play into that. But the one everybody's highlighting is The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. And I believe this was a 3DS game. And I'll be honest, even though Zelda is my favorite franchise of all time, I have never played this game. The 3DS is probably like one of my least played consoles of all time, like behind the Wii U. So I don't know if this is a good game or a bad game, right? I can't speak from experience. But here's why I actually think this one might have some legs. One, it's Zelda's 40th anniversary this year. We're probably going to get a couple of remakes, or at least one remake, right? I could see us getting a big remake like Ocarina of Time coming next year, and they announce it this year, and then a smaller remake maybe done by Grezzo. But Nintendo's whole push for the Switch 2, or not their whole push, but I'm being a little facetious there, but anyway, their push for the Switch 2 is multiplayer, community, game chat, game share, this whole play together aspect, right? Triforce Heroes actually might not be a bad game to utilize everything that they're pushing there. Now, me myself, I would personally like to play a single player Zelda game, but I think on paper, this one actually might be able to work. So we'll see how this one turns out. When you first think about it, it feels a little weird to be making 3DS games, but then when you think about it a little longer, you're like, whoa, the 3DS, like, stopped making games almost 10 years ago. Time is flying too fast. Now we have an update coming from Necro Felipe, which this is a very good find right here. And this one is strange because it might be pointing at to what we all are waiting for. And I honestly just think this is going to happen regardless this year, but I think this might be more evidence pointing towards it. So Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition had its age rating published in the official Gazette of the Union today. Strange move since Nintendo usually opts for this for physical releases, and the game has already had a digital distribution permission for 14 years. So maybe, just maybe, this might be pointing at those Switch 2 editions, or Switch 2 upgrades, right? I have a weird feeling we're not going to get official Switch 2 editions for any of the Xenoblade games. Now we could, but I just feel like Monolith Soft is working on their next game. But I do think all of those games are going to get free Switch 2 upgrades with better frame rates and resolution, and maybe a little bit of performance boost. And that would be awesome. This is one of the games I asked for Christmas, and I have it up on the shelf right there. But I'm just waiting for that Switch 2 free upgrade. And I know it's coming in 2026. So hopefully this is pointing towards that. Yeah, guess what? We have more crazy updates. One of them is going to be massive for the Switch 2. Like truly, however we thought this year was going to go, it's only going to get better from here. So there was a new Unreal Engine update, and now it's called 5.7, I believe. And this brings major improvements to the Switch 2. As you know, a lot of games are developed in Unreal Engine, and you can only do so much with what you have for certain consoles. I read another article earlier, and I wish I had it pulled up, but I don't know how true it is, so I'll just say it. I read this is going to improve games on the Switch 2 by 40%. That is an insane amount of improvement. Even if that's not true, even if it's only 20 or 10% better, that is still substantially better, right? So I just think the Switch 2 is going to be like the go-to place for development for games that are already being developed and games that are coming in the future. It's like, yeah, we could do it for the PS5 and the Xbox, but damn near everybody's going to have a Switch 2. So we need to not only develop it for Xbox and PS5, but focus on the Nintendo Switch 2, which will be the console that will have the longest legs of this current generation. So, man, it's like, however good we thought we had it, it's only going to be better than that. And we have another amazing update. So I kind of feel like I knew this was going to happen, just based off kind of patterns or whatever. But anyway, we got Kirby in the Forgotten Land, Star-Crossed Worlds, I believe is what it's called. The Switch 2 edition for the Switch 2. All things considered, it's a good Switch 2 edition. I do think it's too expensive, but another conversation for another day, right? Kirby in the Forgotten Land was a game that made me a Kirby fan. I fell in love with the game, and then I went back and played a bunch of other older Kirby games, even stuff on the Super Nintendo, N64, on the Game Boy, and now I'm a full-on Kirby fan, right? And I'm very excited for the future. There's a couple things I think that are still going to show up on the Switch 2. I do think we're going to get a Kirby Planet Robobot remake for the Switch 2 and probably the Switch. I could see that coming this year, but where is that next 3D Kirby game? Because in my opinion, I think they knocked it out of the park. Now, every game that's getting a Switch 2 edition, I think this is Nintendo saying like, look, here's this, play this for a while. We're going to take the money from those sales and invest it back into whatever next game we're making. I don't know if that's how businesses work. That's just how I would do it. But I think we are probably going to see that next Kirby game in 2026, 2027, or at least be announced around there. Kirby developer HAL Labs announced they are back to work. So I don't know if they were taking a break. I don't know what was going on. You know, was this for the holidays or whatever? I don't know. And I don't really care what the reason was. All I care about is they are back to work. This post is obviously from Stealth, and they say they think there is a possibility Kirby in the Forgotten Land 2 gets announced in 2026. I don't think it will be a sequel to Kirby in the Forgotten Land. I think we'll start just getting cooler titles. Definitely some innovation there. And I have a weird feeling we could see some crossover with other Nintendo characters in the game. I have no evidence to back up that theory. It's just something that I feel, but this is good news because we know whatever this game will be a Switch 2 exclusive. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. And if you made it all the way to this part of the video, if you could do your boy a favor, hit that like and subscribe button, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Oh yeah, we actually got 1,000 followers on Instagram now. That's crazy. So yeah, follow on Instagram and Twitter. Consider becoming a channel member. It really would be the ultimate way to support this community. We're going to be doing some really cool streams very soon, and then I'll be giving away all these cool stickers in the mail for free very soon, as well as some other prizes like some actual games. So yeah, consider becoming a channel member, and you guys and me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.